Permit me first to express my sincere thanks for the kind invitation to address you today at this important gathering. It is indeed both a pleasure and an honor for me to join you to commemorate the 67th anniversary of the signing of the United Nations Charter by Ethiopia exactly 67 years ago. I am also glad that this anniversary coincides with the launching of UN Ethiopia brand within the framework of delivering as one, the first in the history of the United Nations in Ethiopia. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethiopia is a country with long-standing multilateral engagement. In fact, our first engagement with an international body of global importance was with the defunct League of Nations before the current world body came into existence in 1945. It is to be recalled that it was in June 1936 that Ethiopia appealed to the Assembly of the League of Nations to take immediate and appropriate action against fascist Italy's brutal aggression against Ethiopia. It was also at that historical assembly that we expressed our strong commitment to collective security and its critical importance for safeguarding the sovereignty of small states and for ensuring lasting global peace and security. And arduous struggle to maintain international peace and security as mandated by the Charter. Looking back at these long years of dedication of our organization in the service of preserving global peace and security, we believe that there is every reason to celebrate this year's anniversary despite the formidable challenge the organization is currently confronted with and its enormous tasks in the years ahead. The achievements made so far, inter alia, in preventing major conflicts from escalating into devastating wars that could destabilize and seriously undermine our collective survival in peace and security is indeed a source of great satisfaction. The 17 peacekeeping missions currently deployed in different parts of the world under the auspices of the United Nations vividly demonstrate the indispensable instrumentality of our organization for maintaining and promoting global peace and security if all member states committed to discharge their obligations envisaged in the United Nations Charter. We believe that the United Nations has played and continues to play a vital role in helping secure global peace and security environment for our community of nations. Ethiopia's collaboration with the United Nations to maintain world peace and security is as old as the United Nations history. Our involvement in the UN peacekeeping operations started in the early 1950s in Korea and is still continuing in Darfur, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, and Abyei. We have demonstrated our strong commitment to the maintenance of peace and security in concrete manner through deployment of our troops, military observers, and civilians under extremely tense and hostile environments. In this regard, we take great pride and immense pleasure to note here that our troops are carrying out their peacekeeping duties with tested courage, diligence, and professionalism in all missions they have been deployed for so many years. We strongly believe that it is our solemn duty and responsibility as one of the earliest signatory states of the United Nations Charter to be actively involved in these noble peacekeeping tasks until we find collective solutions to our huge regional and global peace and security challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, development challenges, not only global threats to peace and security, are also the concerns of the international community. It is for the reason that over the years, achieving a sustainable development goal has become one of the major tasks of the United Nations. Ever since its foundation, much has been done by the United Nations to realize internationally agreed development goals through its various development agencies, initiatives, and strategies. The United Nations Development Partnership with developing nations, including Africa, through its development agencies, has indeed added significant value to the fulfillment of their national development goals. In this respect, it will not be an overemphasis that the developing world has benefited from the wells of knowledge and sustainable technical assistance of the United Nations. Indeed, the United Nations Development Partners' assistance in all areas of socio-economic development, including to efforts to build democratic institutions in these countries, is important in attaining the objectives of sustained and inclusive economic growth and reduction of poverty. We consider this support as a key element in effectively addressing poverty reduction efforts as part of the attainment of the MDGs, and in our case, the Growth and Transformation Plan. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethiopia has always attached great importance to this partnership with the United Nations. We also recognize the important contributions of the United Nations country team in Ethiopia to the implementation of our national development policies, programs, and strategies. We recognize that the team, which comprises 25 different UN resident agencies, has been one of the major development partners of Ethiopia for many years now. The growing development partnership between the United Nations and Ethiopia can be observed from the fact that the team currently has the combined staff of over 2,000 and a budget nearly $1 billion per year, making the partnership the largest one in Africa. Moreover, the UNDF Action Plan for 2012-2015 clearly shows the increasing alignment of UN work with our National Development Plan. The Action Plan furthermore proved that national development activities can be successfully aligned with the UN development programs and implemented jointly by drastically reducing overlapping efforts and enhancing efficiency and accountabilities. It is in this context that we welcome the launching of a new UN Ethiopia brand as an important and effective communication strategy for UN country team in Ethiopia to act and speak as one. We believe that this is a right strategy at the right time and for the right purpose, mutually benefiting both the UN and Ethiopia to effectively communicate their joint development work in the country. I wish to seize this occasion to express our profound thanks to the UN country team for this innovative strategy and for taking the initiative to organize this important event. I also wish to assure once again the United Nations country team of the full support of the Ethiopian government to this noble strategy and to the overall development work of the United Nations in Ethiopia. I thank you for your kind attention.